A-League battle between the Central Coast and Sydney FC. And Robbie Slater, the key this afternoon. The sense for the Mariners is they'll want to turn around a recent poor run, just one win in their last 6. How do they do it against the Sky Blues, who are warming nicely?
Well, it's fantastic to be here on such an important occasion, Anzac weekend, and what a crowd we've got building, still building. A real good feel on the Central Coast about the season they're having. And to turn it around is just to stick with what they've been doing. I mean, you're right, they've only won 1 in 6, but they've been in every one of those games, a lot of draws. And even against Western United, second half, they just lacked polish, as Sydney will get their first corner. And, you know, speaking to Alan Stajcic, they're going to want to press Sydney with the likes of De Silva and Nisbet and Stensness and Bozanic, really trying to drive and not allow Sydney to settle.
Alan Stajcic coaching his 50th match in the A-League. His assistant, Noel Arate, has been there throughout that period as well. Sydney with an early opportunity here. Bratton with the toe poke. Simon away. Now Van der Sarg finding Wilkinson. And Stajcic said after the defeat to Western United that the side just has to adapt now to opposition who are ready for them. Not surprised by the Central Coast. And there's the flag up against the Sky Blues. 8 wins in their first 11. And as I said, just 1 in their last 6. But as Robbie said, they've been right in all of those matches. Good contingent of Sydney fans supporting Steve Corica's side. 55% winning record in the A-League for Sydney's head coach. And they're building nicely towards the back end of the season. Just 1 loss in their last 9 matches. Stensness. Good toe in there from Bratton. Now Barbarousis slipping it out to Bobo. Down Johan. Luke Bratton was put under pressure by Orenya, and now Bozanic is able to pinch it back for the Mariners. That's a poor ball from the Mariners captain. And Dan Hall gets a touch and will get a free kick for the Central Coast. A bit of a frantic start to this one.
Yeah, and Bobo slow to react there. The counter was on as the ball was played back by a Mariner. He wasn't in offside position and really slow to turn on that. And that's one thing you can see right in these opening seconds, that you're not going to be able to afford to be slow and take your time. A tempo already of what is expected in this game.
Dan Hall on starting debut for the Central Coast Mariners. 3rd A-League appearance tonight, filling in for Ruan Tonic, who's out due to yellow card accumulation. That's a decent ball from Hall, looking for Nisbet, but Wilkinson on the stretch. And now Caceres, one of 4 Sky Blues men in the squad tonight, who began their career with the Mariners. Stensness, now Simon slipping it around the corner. Fired off the knee of Nisbet. Back in the starting side for the first time in 4 matches, Josh Nisbet. You couldn't ask for better conditions on the Central Coast for football tonight. King. Now Caceres. Bobo. Negro finds Simon and Bozanic. Orenya. Snuffed out by Van der Sarg. Here is the Costa Rican. Neat little 1-2 with De Silva. And they just got in each other's way there, De Silva and Matt Simon. The flag was up, but it was neat work from the Mariners.
Yeah, I think it's Simon that's offside, and Orenya trying to thread that ball through, and that's where they complement each other very, very well. Urenya's a more polished player, if you want, on the ball, and Simon's always the willing workman. And of course, we know the chaos he can cause in a defence. A foul from Clisby, needlessly on from Johan. See there, Bozanic pushing forward, maybe even taking a free kick.
Bratton, as the German, down the Ohan, just smothered in there by 3 Mariners. Spills for Simon. And McGowan able to cut it out for Sydney. Ninkovic in match 150 in the A-League. Of course, he's played more across Asian Champions League matches for Sydney. The most matches in the A-League since 2015 of any player, so you probably understand why the amount of finals that Sydney have played in has been so consistent across his period with the club. Mariners right on song tonight, and Orenya, he's rushing down at Redmayne. Marcus Orenya! It's the perfect start for the Central Coast Mariners in this A-League blockbuster. The Costa Rican with his 4th of the season. And that is massive for this big crowd on the Central Coast.
Well, what a brilliant finish. Cool and composed, and I called him polished in the pre-game and just before. I thought he might have gone a bit early. Let's see now. He steps up, but does he step up too early? Or too late, rather. And look at this for composure. Comes across, takes that defender out. Little dummy there. Takes Wilkinson out of the picture. Waits for the keeper to dive and lifts it over the top of him. Brilliant run if he's managed to keep on side. And look at that finish. Absolute class from Orenya. And what a start in front of this big crowd on the Central Coast.
So there they are, just inspecting, but Chris Beath saying we are all good to roll.
So that means Alex Wilkinson, when he stepped up too late, so he's timed his run perfectly. What a start for the Mariners.
They just looked on from the opening whistle, the Mariners. A massive match for them, remembering they're looking to go back-to-back against Sydney for the first time since 2014. Negro is going to step back. Let's head down to the sideline. Mark Bosnich, how is the atmosphere down there now?
Well, the atmosphere is absolutely fantastic, and Robbie and I spoke about it pre-game on this very sacred weekend, as we know, Anzac Day weekend here in Australia and New Zealand. But what a wonderful start from Central Coast Mariners. My initial thoughts as I saw it, and I have to give a lot of congratulations to the assistant referee here who kept his flag down, but I thought it was offside. But we saw why it happened. It was Alex Wilkinson, like Robbie just said, stepping up. It's a cardinal sin as a central defender to step up in that type of situation. He doesn't step up, at least he can put a challenge on it. But Mariners now, with all the momentum, Sydney got to be careful not to concede a second.
Nisbet now to Silva. And they really have to just get themselves through this period, Sydney FC, because the Mariners are coming in waves. Here is a free kick for the Sky Blues. Bosra, I just want to find out conditions pitch side. How are they?
Well, absolutely superb. You mentioned that at the start. Here's the foul here.
Oh, that's the challenge from King, and it's a dangerous kind of challenge in the penalty box.
Yeah. You mentioned the conditions before. Now Robbie Slater made the point in the pre-game. The pitch is absolutely in spectacular fashion. I don't know all the people that were saying to us, you know, if we played in the winter, that the pitches wouldn't be so good because of the other codes. It is absolutely fantastic. It's 19 degrees Celsius. There's no wind whatsoever. Perfect conditions for football. And the crowd, you know, it's really swelled here. You know, obviously, Sydney's only 40 minutes away from Central Coast, and Central Coast are having a tremendous season, but it's an excellent crowd here.
Yeah, it is heartwarming, the crowd tonight here on the Central Coast after many tough seasons for the Mariners. They deserve this. There's King. Ninkovic. He be the architect for Sydney to come back into this match. McGowan. Van der Sar making a forward run, but well cut out by Cleesby. Sark's pass aimless. Matt Simon just slowed up. He's going to get away with it in the end, but he's a bit nonchalant there. Mariners equal leading goal scorer with 7 with Alu Kuol. Good to see a strong contingent of Sky Blue fans in the house tonight.
Right idea from De Silva, looking for Clisby, who was open but just overhit it. Mariners right on the front foot. You can sense it. The crowd's pushing them on.
Balmiohan, good touch to Caceres. Slides it wide to King. Started every match this season. 18 in total for Joel King. Neat little dink up and over the top. Balmiohan's going to track it down. And well defended in the end by Kai Rolls. De Silva into a cul-de-sac. The clearance only as far as King. But his header dealt with by Negro.
Well, that's a real good chance. Balmiohan just took too long, too many touches. That cracking pace now. Caceres puts on the press. In that midfield battle, Caceres, Bratton, Stensness, Bozanic. There's the key to the game. Which midfield can take control, if at all take control, but start that pressing that makes mistakes that you can punish. That's how the first goal comes about. Straight ball into Balmiohan was a bad one.
Balmiohan is just dinking it over the top for Barbarousis, and Birighitti flying through. He was collected. Costa Barbarousis desperate there. He's scored 3 in his last 4. He's in a good run of form.
Yeah, little ball over the top and it just skips away. Barbarousis looks favoured at the start, and it's a little nudge from Rolls that takes him into Birighitti. We'll see the little nudge there. Maybe gets him in the ribs. Both okay by the looks of it.
And Bozza, terrific work there from Mark Birighitti.
It was, and Robbie's right. Kai Rolls' little nudge took out 2 players, but as a warning to Central Coast Mariners, you know, and I've said this before, in terms of strikers, when you've got quick strikers up front, there's a lot of times you're going to play balls that are going to go through to the goalkeeper. That may not be so accurate, but what it does, it puts in the mind of the defenders that we're going to have to turn and run towards our own goals. And slowly but surely, they will go back. Which Daniel Hall, who started off really well, done well for his goalkeeper there. So it actually forces the opposition back, which then gives your midfield a little bit more time and space to play. Unless, there's always exceptions, the defence that you're playing against is brave enough to keep stepping up and keep a high line.
Looks a little bit slippery out there. There's another player that's just lost their footing. Balmiohan. Keep a look at that throughout the evening as Birighitti Wilkinson to Andrew Redmayne. They're on a run of consecutive draws, Sydney FC. Incredibly, they haven't drawn 3 consecutive matches since 2007. And Robbie said pre-match he thinks it'll be a draw. So that'll be an interesting one for the statisticians. It's Bozanic. Rolls. De Silva. Josh Nisbet. Was he given too much of a nudge by his opposite number? Yes. Alex Wilkinson coming through the back. The man with the 4th most appearances for the Central Coast Mariners in their history. 172. He played for the Mariners between 2005 and 2012. Now Sydney FC's captain. Wilkinson. King using the run of Ninkovic. Stanislas keeping a watchful eye over the Serbian, who's dispossessed. Lisbeth slips it into Orenya. Good switch here. Space out to the left. The overlapping run of Jack Clisby, fed by De Silva. Van der Sar tracking back for Sydney.
Well, it's a free-flowing field to Mariners, isn't there, at the moment? Look how they played that from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, and Clisby couldn't produce a decent cross, but really good football.
Well, Hall almost got himself into a spot of bother. Good composure, though. And Birigidi.
Bozanic dropping it, getting the ball, and Sydney dropping off. Now Bozanic to dictate.
Floats it to the boot of Negro. What a ball that is. And Nisbet with the step over. Simon. Good link up between him and De Silva, but Sydney just blocking the channels off. Negro. Now Ninkovic Propus as the ball spills away. Van der Sar. He's got great speed down that right. Down Johan. Caceres. Down Johan's turn.
And slips again, so it's 3 times. And quite a bit of water. Sprinklers on before the game.
So that early goal is doing great things for the Mariners, back to the top of the table. Of course, Melbourne City with matches in hand. So 6 points they would be ahead of Sydney if they can keep the lead and win this one. But if Sydney win it, they'll go level on points with the Mariners. They've just been sidling up the ladder and getting close to the Mariners. Here's Bobo, across goal, and Balmiohan, and it was a diving challenge from Clisby. Terrific work from the Mariners left fullback.
And great play from Sydney as well. Bobo, super cross. Cut that one back with a lot of pace on the cutback, and superb defending from Clisby.
Caceres. Caceres, 62 matches during his time with the Mariners. Said during the week that he's happy to see them doing well, but of course keen to get all 3 points tonight for the Sky Blues. There's Van der Sar and Birigidi, little bobble there.
Well, Van der Sar thumps the ground, but that's a great ball across. No one coming in at the near post, and Birigidi brave to dive for that one. Bobo was lurking just behind him. Good run from Van der Sar as well. Getting in behind, and the perfect ball. Sydney just enjoying a good period, but Caceres is a great story here at Central Coast. They were golden times up on the coast. It was little money. It was a great band of brothers, they used to call themselves, and Caceres and Matt Ryan were living in a caravan together. Not too far away from here. And they did so for about 1.5 years, I think, and what a wonderful story. They're not living in caravans anymore, I can tell you.
Yeah, the Mariners medal winner in the 2014-15 season, Anthony Caceres. That's their player of the year. Tell you what, there are a lot of candidates for the Mariners medal this year. Good luck getting to the bottom of all that. Stan Hall. Stansness just left it short. Bratton was onto it, but now De Silva. Goal scorer Orenya. Slips it to Negro. Simon. Just had to crane the neck. It was a little bit difficult to get the towel behind it.
A good move, though, incisive. And Orenya in that little pocket between the lines, causing problems, plays in Negro, and a good ball. Just hung it up, and Matt Simon was just behind him. He couldn't get any power on his header. Terrific game. The first 20 minutes has flown by.
Nice, cool conditions, big crowd. Has a lot to do with it, doesn't it? Just lifting the intensity here. So we'll see a free kick going Sydney's way.
Well, what a picture it is, this stadium, with this kind of crowd. When I was talking about the golden days, the golden years, it just reminds you of them, this scene set here this evening. They've been through tough times, these fans. They'll be coming back, and I said it 2 months ago, they're going to come back in their droves.
Caceres and King. So Sydney really working their way back into this match, showing all their championship qualities. They'll need them tonight. Van der Sar and Bratton around the corner. Mariners out through Stensness. Simon returns it to Stensness. Morenya just given too much work on that occasion to track it down. Hasn't he been big for the Mariners since he's come back from injury? Gianni Stensness. That foot injury's started now 5 straight. Good intervention from Rolls. Nisbet slipping it wide to Negro. De Silva. Touch up from Nisbet. Negro. Sydney able to thwart that little bit of pressure from the Mariners, but they're on the way again, the Central Coast. Simon, look at that strength, no one in the middle for him. Redmayne comfortably away in the end to Ninkovic. Just one win in their last 5 on the road, Sydney. And Caceres clipped by De Silva. Is there anything more, or just a conversation from Chris Beath? That will be all for De Silva.
His first touch was a little bit heavy, but his speed allows him to get there first, gets a toe in, and you have to agree with the referee, just a free kick for that.
Again, smothered in there by the Central Coast. And Mark Bosnich, this match just settling into a bit of a rhythm now.
Yeah, settling in, but it's been an excellent match thus far. It's been ebbing and flowing. Both sides play very well. They play exactly the same, with the 2 number 10s from either side, in Ninkovic and Bomberham, and De Silva and Nisbet on either side, causing problems for each side. When they're in possession, they come really inside, forcing the defensive midfielders of both sides to think, should we pick them up? And of course, what that does for their both sets of fullbacks is give them space out wide. And some of the best moments have come from that. And a special word for young Daniel Hall there as well, making his debut. He's been excellent thus far.
Thanks, Bozza. Nisbet and Negro across. Here's a corner for the Mariners. So Jack Cleesby really look for the in-swinger here. Danny De Silva coming up, potential option for a short corner. Trying to create some chaos here. The Mariners, and Hall is up. and nods it wide. Oh, Clisby clean it up. It's going to be away by Van der Sar. How about that? We've seen some special stories here at Central Coast Stadium this season. He almost had a goal on starting debut, Dan Hall.
Well, it was great play. He wasn't going for goal. He was very intelligent and a thumping header, and he puts it back into the danger area. And Sydney were very lucky that it didn't land at the feet of a Mariners player. There were so many players in there. The only surprise was that it went straight through everybody.
Zanuck. Now Hall. He actually first played football in China as a 6-year-old. His family was there through work and then came to Australia, grew up in Queensland, played for Lions in Western Pride, and then came down to the Mariners Academy in 2018. Did Dan Hall, as I mentioned earlier in the call, the captain of the Mariners NPL2 side last year, who won the premiership and championship in New South Wales. As we see that header.
Look at the leap. Fantastic leap. Heads right across and goes through so many bodies. Thumping header.
I'd say get some good numbers on the old vertical jump. There's Wilkinson away. Stensness. Simon. And took some pressure on Andrew Redmayne. Can't keep it inside. So Marco Ureña's goal, the Costa Rican, with a little back heel there towards Simon. His goal, the difference between the two at the moment. But how about this run from McGowan? Barbarousis. Now just floating it to Baumjohann, cutting it back to Rolls. Only as far as Bratton. He can hit them from range. Remember that goal against Wellington back in round 2. Ninkovic. The overlap from King.
Bobo puts his hand up. He wants it in the air. It was a poor ball from King. If you've got Bobo in there, get it up in the air.
And Ninkovic's pass just away from Barbarousis. There was an opportunity there. We got a little closer to him. And now Simon up against Van der Sar, and he's fouled the 21-year-old.
Should have made a chance, Sydney. Van der Sar, just a little bit too much pace and just a slight shove from Simon. But that ball that found Baumjohann on the right-hand side.
Bright things for Sydney. Cut back Bobo. And here's Ninkovic in game number 150 in the A-League. Denied by Mark Birighitti.
Well, best chance, and denied by Birighitti. But it's not a great finish. He hits it straight at him. Good run from Barbarousis. Bends his run. Pull this one. Bobo can't handle it. But it falls nicely for Ninkovic. Slightly beneath him. And that's a poor finish. The best chance.
Now Nisbet, Ureña, De Silva. Almost got it to Matt Simon. Van der Sar with the intervention. And it breaks down for the Mariners.
Well, what a chance that was for Sydney, for Milos Ninkovic. I think he should have scored. And likewise, had to save the Mariners as well from that corner when Daniel Hall got up so well. I think they should have scored from that as well.
Yeah, so chances flowing at both ends. Van der Sar. Simon just at his heels. Barbarousis swings out to Caceres. Turns it to the Kiwi. Caceres gives it a mighty thump. Got the height to Van der Sar. Bratton.
Sydney patient, going from left to right. Well organised, the Mariners.
Now King swinging it in. And Clisby takes the safety-first approach and concedes the corner.
Yeah, and that's the right thing to do for Clisby. He doesn't know what's behind him. There was a Sydney player, but King, to his credit, tries to get that one up in the air for Bobo, but just slightly overhit.
Johan bending away. Simon, powerful header. And De Silva, well, there was an option for the Mariners there. A real opportunity if he was able to knock it back into the path of either Nisbet and Simon. We know the speed of Josh Nisbet. Barbarousis.
Every player back, the Central Coast behind the ball.
Bratton. Just has to alter his run to get on the ball. Now De Silva's clearance. Not his best, but it falls nicely for Nisbet. Flipped away by Negro. So Sydney really applying the pressure now. Mariners just struggling to get out of their own half. Bobo. Ninkovic. Oh, that was magical. Now Bobo!
Offside.
The flag is up, so it won't count for the Brazilian. And he remains 2 goals away from a half-century in the A-League.
It's close. Well, I'm not sure if the offside's close, but what I'm saying, the pressure they're starting to apply. That's not offside. The ball will come back. Yeah, look where he is there. To be fair, he gets caught ball watching. And he only needed to make a couple of steps to become alive in play. He just got caught ball watching. He was well offside.
Guys, that's an interesting one because the way I saw it there, that actually came off a Central Coast Mariners player.
Well, they've looked at it.
Well, you just thought for a moment Ninkovic was going to wriggle his way through. When he couldn't find the back of the net, Bobo did, but of course the flag up. And Adam Lafondra is on the way as well. Negro. Clisby's going to catch up with it. Neat first touch. Clisby fires the volley over the goal.
Yeah, nicely. And Van der Sar just diving in there. He's never going to get to that ball, and Clisby just lifted it over him, but can't control the volley. Well, action everywhere. So here's the ball here.
Clearly comes off a Mariner. Rolls. Right, boot.
Well, the last touch was definitely off a Mariner.
See, once the flag goes up and the referee blows the whistle, then they cannot overturn it. That's why it's always important, as we saw with the Orenia goal, to keep the flag down just in case, because that was definitely off the Central Coast Mariners players, and technically they should have stood.
So once the flag goes up, Bozza, they can't get involved.
Once he puts the flag up and he blows the whistle to stop play, no. They can't. He's blown the whistle and that's it. You can't, because the Central Coast Mariners players will also turn around and say, oh, hang on a minute, the flag went up and you blew your whistle, so we all stopped.
Anyway, it's not given and it's play on.
Yeah, Sydney going to have to deal with that, but they are looking better and better as this match moves along. Ninkovic bending it out to Van der Sar. Mariners band making plenty of noise here in Gosford. There they are, marching around the stadium. King. Ninkovic. Wilkinson just lifting it up. They started the game with so much energy and so sprightly, the Mariners. There was always going to be a period where they were going to find it difficult. And here it is now, 10 minutes out from half-time. Simon De Silva straight into the path of McGowan. But they will get a free kick, the home side. Good news for Sydney FC fans is their second half domination this year in terms of goals scored. Nearly 80% of their goals in the second half of matches. That's 18 of 23. And to put that in a little bit of context, we'll come back to that after Clisby. Away from Van der Sar, cutting inside. Urenya. And Sydney away. Negro tracks it down. Bozanic. I would love to make it 2 before half-time. That pass is not going to allow it. Nisbet couldn't keep it inside. Yeah, so as I was saying, 80% or nearly 80% of Sydney's goals this season have come in the second half. The highest percentage across the A-League in seasons gone by, 76% or 75% from the Mariners back in 16-17. So they're ahead of the record of second half goals as a percentage of your total across the season at the moment, Sydney. Wilkinson now to McGowan. Sydney with a free kick. The difference, though, for Sydney tonight is they've conceded in the first half, which they haven't done in their last 5. So it's going to make things a little bit more challenging for them, but we know they've got the quality.
Well, they've been everywhere. They've been in every situation in the last 3 years. Won 2 championships, and you know, in those 2 championships they had difficult games, and this is another difficult one. They're up against a side with a crowd that both together are a formidable force. There's so much belief inside this stadium at the moment.
Bratton powers it in away from the Central Coast. But the Sky Blues are going to return via Bratton.
He's hit it.
Wilkinson's able to keep it inside. And now Caceres. Bratton's going to catch up with it. Tries to just cut it back. And De Silva got his foot on the ball. Nisbet, real pressure on the Mariners here. Bobo. And then Matt Simon it was who came across to clean up.
Pressure is amazing. Even that miss-hit cross from Bratton, Wilkinson was allowed to get it back into the danger area. They want a foul for this. Seen them given, but it wasn't given. And then they get enough bodies and spot they can't shift that ball to make the room to get a hit on goal.
Nisbet and King in a little duel. Ninkovic. Here's Caceres. Bratton finds his captain.
Look at Bozanic, he does this so often.
And that's so inspirational to see your captain doing that. Here's Joel King down the other end. And Dan Hall did enough.
Yeah, it's a poor cross from Joel King. Great area again. You've got to get that ball up in the air. He's offside.
Now, gentlemen, just to clarify about that Bobo non-goal. So I spoke to Adam Kersey, who's the 4th official, who said that he thought that the Chris Beef did the right thing and didn't blow his whistle until the ball went into the back of the net, in which case, and then it goes back to VAR, and what they had to decide whether or not is they thought that was the ball deliberately played at by the Mariners player. If it was deliberately played up, then it is a goal. If they, which they obviously did, think that it was not deliberately played up, was just a deflection, then it is offside. So that's going to cause a little bit of controversy, I would have thought, and a few question asking at half-time with Stephen Corica, because I think if we look at it again, I think you say the Mariner player, in my opinion, did deliberately play at it.
Yeah, that's the point when I was thinking the key to it is, did he play at it or not?
Matt Simon got up for the header. Yeah, it was Kai Rolls' boot. Old intention, sometimes difficult to pick, but we'll have a look. Nisbet over the top. Simon! The Wizard of Woy Woy with another this season, make it 8. And he's sprinkling a little bit of magic for the Mariners at Central Coast Stadium tonight. They double their lead before half-time.
Well, against a run of play, you'd have to say, but it doesn't matter for the Mariners. And the stadium erupts. A terrific little combination. Simon just helps this on. Nisbet plays it back in. A superb finish. He swivels on that, goes through the legs of McGowan, I think it is. And across the keeper, you can't stop that. Redmayne diving desperately to his right, but that's a really good finish. And a classic counter punch from the Mariners, and what a time to score a second as Sydney were piling on the pressure.
His best season in the A-League, 11 goals. He's closing in on that now. McGowan, you're probably thinking 5 minutes ago, if there was one side that was going to score before half-time, it would be Sydney FC. Van der Sar across goal. They may yet get one, but not with that.
No, and that's where it's falling down for Sydney. And Van der Sar, brilliant one. He's been so busy up and down that right-hand side, but that's where the quality, that's where you need it. Terrific opportunity to head that one back across the face and just misheaded it, if you want. And it's been the story of, a lot of their pressure. They haven't been able to actually make good chances. It's been that final ball or the second last ball. The Mariners have just been ruthless with their 2 chances.
Simon flicking it on. And then Clisby into the back of Arenya. Didn't know much about it. And there's too strong, the challenge from Luke Bratton, according to Chris Beef. He makes his frustration known. Thought he was off there, and he would have been had it been deemed legal. Unable to keep it inside the line, but there's still time for Sydney FC. No doubt they've got goals in them tonight. Once again, it's going to come down to that finished product. Van der Sar. Bratton powers it in towards Bobo. Falls for King. And away, Dan Hall and Kai Rolls across to prevent that causing problems for their goalkeeper.
Yeah, good idea from King. Definitely a strike on goal, that was.
Caceres. Now Van der Sar brings it down. Balm-Johan lobbing it up. That's going to fall for the Brazilian. He'll wriggle his way free. He can't. Stensness away. Asking plenty of questions before the break, Sydney.
They've had so many balls into the penalty box, and you've got to give credit to Mariners defending. They've defended their penalty box well. You know, you can criticise Sydney on their final ball or the second last ball, but by and large, as a part of that's been due to the amount of bodies they've had in that penalty box, the Mariners.
McGowan. Now Wilkinson, here's King. Good build up again down the left, but it's King's ball in, which is cut out by Stensness. So they're answering every question posed at the moment. Caceres floating it into King again. Bratton, here it is, Ninkovic! How about that? In game number 150 in the A-League, the milestone man getting Sydney FC right back into this one before half-time.
Well, we talked about him before the game. Well, what a finish. I mean, it's a great ball to him as well. But it's come over the top. He's drifted in behind. They'll be having a look at offside. He looks fine, doesn't he? What about the finish? He just helps it on with the outside of his boot. The flick makes it look so easy, but many players can do that. It's a wonderful, wonderful finish from Milos Ninkovic just when they needed it. Great time for them to score after conceding so late in the first half.
And they absolutely deserve that, Sydney FC. Get their reward. It's a pretty special one as well to breach the Mariners' defence. And what a top-notch first 45 minutes on the Central Coast. Second against fourth. The Mariners racing out to a 2-0 lead, courtesy of goals from Arenya and Simon. And then Milos Ninkovic in A-League match number 150, right before half-time, getting Sydney FC back within a goal. Half-time, Central Coast Mariners 2, Sydney FC 1.